So Property Radar versus Zillow. What's accurate, what's not accurate. Zillow is you get what you pay for. It's very much out of date. And the reason I never knew this, by the way, how this came about. I thought I was being cool. I'm like, I'm a bootstrapper. Yeah, I don't pay money for my stuff. I get it all for free. And I'm sitting there, I'm having breakfast with this guy. He's like, hey man, I'm surprised you didn't get this property. I'm like, what? Which one? He's like, yeah, it's over on Albatross. I'm like, Albatross? I pull up Zillow, don't see it. It's not on. I'm like, no, I'm not seeing it, man. 4-bedroom, 2-bath house, brick, in a nice area, very nice area with a pool. And he's like, yeah, I picked it up for $210. The guy was desperate. Needed to sell quick. It's in pre-foreclosure. And I'm like, I'm not seeing this here. And so I'm like, forget this. I jumped on the free trial of Property Radar. Bam, what was there? Albatross. Never on my radar to begin with. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, crap, how many more properties am I missing? So when I pulled up my pre-foreclosures, yellow is green is pre-foreclosure and blue is auctions. These are all the ones that are immediately in Yuba City. Here's Zillow. Big contrast between the two. And a lot of these have already gone to auction, and because Zillow updates it every 60 to 90 days, once a quarter. I'll see a property and I'm like, oh yeah, cool, brand new property just came on. Remember the timeline? You got 90 days is an NOD, notice of default's filed, and another 90 days is the notice of trustee sale. So I'm like, oh, right on, brand new property. I got 3 months to work this one. What, auctions tomorrow? What's happening here? So that's how Zillow works for me. I'm like, this is not working anymore. But I did buy a few properties. I bought a handful of properties off Zillow. So I stopped being, for lack of a better word, cheap, because I didn't know any better. And I now buy Property Radar. I use Property Radar. And I'm going to show you guys how this works. So you guys want to see a demo?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to show you 2 different things that I do. One is the down and dirty method. Oh, no way. Guys, my wife texted me. She said, today is National Donut Day.
Yep.
Had no idea. Yeah, that's what wives are good for, I tell you that.
Somebody's giving away free donuts. Here's Krispy Kreme.
Oh, they close out of our area here. So let's do this. All right. Let me close my Snapchat and all these pictures these guys are sending me. These gals. I'm just kidding. All right, so let's just do this for kicks and giggles. You can see this okay, right? All right. So here we are. Here is Zillow. You see this is where we're at. We got one pre-foreclosure right down there for $157. Let's jump on to Property Radar. You see 3 in the area? And so check that out. We have that same one, which is that upper corner here. Let me change the map so it looks like it's the same view. So Zillow, 1. Property Radar, we got 4. And then bank-owned properties. So it's definitely a lot more accurate. It's 5? 5. Look at it popping left and right, man. Dropping like flies. Oh, yeah. Isn't that interesting? This is F Street, Eric.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know all those.
No, of course you know all those. So, yeah, all these properties right here. So, obviously, Property Radar is a lot more accurate as far as real time goes. So, one thing that I'll do is, if I have a minute or two, I'll just pull up Property Radar here and be like, you know what? I can just go to List View, and I'm going to filter out all of my bank-owned properties because I'm not buying from the bank. I'm buying them before they go to the bank. So I'll do this real quick on the List View, and I'm just going to say, okay, you know what? On my far right-hand corner or column, these are the auction dates. So I had June 20th, July 17th, July 19th, September 1st. So that one just barely got filed. Oh, interesting. That one has a probate. I know that address. The dude just died. It's a bar and then an apartment complex on top. I know who I'm going to be talking to.
On the list that I came up with using Property Radar, it showed
Hey.
estimated value, but then also showed estimated equity in the property.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can do that as well.
You mean the 4th Street? That one has a residential attached and commercial.
No, it's C Street, guys. Yep. So it's actually a tavern just down the street here. So what I'll do is I'll pull up the map here, and I'll just go drive, and I'll go knock on their doors if it looks vacant. If it doesn't look vacant, then I'm going to do something different that I'm going to show you guys in a minute. So that's pretty much what I do right there. This is a really cool tool. As you're just out and about, wife's running errands, you drop her off at the store, whatever, you just pull up the map like, oh, I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to go drive around and look at these houses. So this is a really, really cool tool to do that. But let's say that you're at home on your computer and you're like, well, how do I research this stuff out? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to share that with you guys right now as far as the research goes. Does it make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Because I have not asked questions, guys.
I'm in San Jose a lot because my family's there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm curious. You know, that's like the craziest market on,
Yeah, it is.
on the planet.
Yep.
Is going after pre-foreclosures there worth the time? Because there's so much bidding on houses. I imagine.
Well, here's the question. Do people know that they're in pre-foreclosure before they go to auction, or the bank take them, or do people wait till the auction to show up and then bid there? Can you get it beforehand? And I don't know, like in a hot market like San Jose, we had this situation in Phoenix, Arizona. I bought my first house when I was 23 in Phoenix, and this was back in 2003, so the market's still on its way ramping up. And we sold it in 2004, and we just put a sign in the yard, and within like 45 minutes, we were in contract and it was sold. In a hot market where you can just put a sign in the yard and it gets sold,
Yeah.
I haven't done this research, but I would invite you to do it, is to look and see if the, how many actually are going to auction versus what's being sold outright. Are they just selling them? Are they getting sold off the market? So that's what I would do. Let me change the view of this thing. So it's not all like Grandma Vision. What do I want? 1280 by 10. Is that right? No. What's the highest? What should this be?
Depends on the resolution of your Epson.
I want it to look like my normal computer does.
Oh, on your screen?
Yeah.
Oh,
For you guys.
it'll only do as high as the resolution on the Epson.
Oh, on the Epson?
Yeah.
I gotcha. Well, this is pretty darn high. You guys can see that all right?
Little blurry issues. It gets smaller as you do higher resolution. The size of the text and images get smaller.
I gotcha. Okay, well then we'll go back to Grandma Vision. What was it? Well, then I'll just take it out and put it back in.
Probably 10 foot before.
Probably. Okay. That's good enough, right? Okay, so connected already. So Property Radar. Um, okay. So you guys ready for this?